Hey guys, Space Marine 658 here, and I am here to bring you another rigged dev update. I believe this is update 15 now. So let's get into it. This week will be a little shorter than normal, but I have done quite a bit. I've been a little busy with schoolwork and getting some stuff done, but I've got some skill trees that I've worked on. I'm going to show those off here in a second. I've done a bit of work on the inventory system, so it actually removes items. And you can actually use items now. Like before, I had items that were just sort of taking up space. They didn't do anything. Now they actually, you can eat and drink. Eventually, I'll add like sound effects or maybe like some kind of visual cue that you did something. Let's see. Oh, and then I got the book system working pretty well. There's some more things I'd like to do with that before I fully have it in the game, but I'm still kind of working on that. And then let's see what else. I've worked on this apartment building. Not this one, but one I'm working on a 3D model of. So that's going pretty well. And now levels award skill points. So each time you level up, you get points toward your skill tree, and that'll give you, some options. I've set it so now it can kind of branch. Let me show that off. So once you've completed, a quest here or there, I haven't really decided how much experience you'll get and how many skill points you'll get per level, but in the quest log now, which I need to actually have it over top of that, you've actually got a skill tree in here, which has, this is just placeholder stuff until I figure out what skills I actually want to do. But you'll be able to, click one, and that'll give you that skill, and then you'll come down here and you'll have an option, between, which one of these you want. So let's say I pick this one. Now this one I've set up with a default skill that will kind of show it off. So down in the bottom you can see it's actually filling up stamina right now. But essentially that has just extended my stamina by quite a bit, allowing, the player to run a little bit longer. Now they still get just as exhausted just as quickly with that skill. Eventually there'll be other skills that'll like reduce how much exhaustion you get, or how quickly you can get rid of exhaustion by like sleeping and stuff. Because we wait. Eventually, I want to set up an exhaustion system. Now, right now, it'll just drain slowly, especially like just little things like this. Eventually, the goal would be that your exhaustion would build up enough that you would actually have to do something more significant to get rid of it. Now, skills will help with that, but that's just an idea of like something that could affect it. And I have changed the way the gun works now, in that now you have to pick it up, and when you shoot and reload, you don't just toss out all the rest of the bullets. You've still got them. Now there might be something that changed later on to make it a little more realistic, but I at least want for now to be a little bit more fun. But yeah, and then you got these water bottle and apple, although they're not modeled yet. I have set up so that your inventory has a max weight that you can actually increase through skills and stuff. Now I turned that way up just to kind of show that off, but eventually, you'll be able to have a few things in your item, and then you can update your increase your item capacity and be able to carry more items. I think that'll be pretty interesting. There's kind of the book, yeah. I've gotten a lot more work done as far as lighting goes, trying to make it look a little bit better. This hallway I haven't lit or anything, but I've just been kind of, figuring out how lighting works and getting it to kind of fill the room a little more, so I don't need as many lights. Done some 3D modeling like this bed here. I think it looks pretty dope. But, yeah. So that's most of this week. Another thing I did is I added a bit of variation. Now you can't really see it on textures like this that are very simple and clear, but like this concrete one, if I go outside, it'll be pretty easy to tell. There is some more texture variation. There's not as like a repeating pattern constantly. That took a little bit of doing, but I was able to use some of Unreal's default material settings for landscapes to kind of create this like varying dirt texture that kind of does give a bit of a it's a little hard to see it. Let me go down here. It's a little easier to tell at night, but there's some reflectivity. See that right there? In some areas it'll reflect more, in other areas it'll reflect a little less. Dig over here, you can't really see it as much. But yeah, eventually the goal will be to kind of get some of these textures looking a little better on these buildings and get some of these buildings replaced with actual 3D models that I've created. And I'm still working on figuring out light maps, because I think that's one thing I'm still struggling with, is some of these light maps could look a little but yeah, I believe that's it for this week. It was a little bit of a smaller one. I mean, the skill tree thing and the inventory thing took a little bit of time, but you know, they weren't super complicated. Eventually I want to expand this out and make a pretty fleshed out tree. Eventually I probably want it to be scalable and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. And I have set, somebody asked, the head bob in here, you can set it to false, that way, you know, if you don't want it to be moving, because I know some people get a little motion sickness from head bob, from the character's head bobbing up and down. So I've turned that off, or well, not turned it off. I set it on by default, but it is a very easy to access option. That way you can turn it off very easily. But yeah, I believe that is everything for this week. Sorry, repeating myself. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of these updates. And leave a comment suggesting, you know, kind of what you'd like to see either in the game or you'd like to see these updates kind of do. If there's something you'd like to see me explore in this world, just let me know. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.